What's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. It's Friday, May 8th, 2020. Happy Friday, CT. What's good?
Happy Friday, man. I thought about it, and I think I'm comfortable with being called Luis on this show. So,
Get the get the fuck out of here.
yeah,
Seriously?
man, just call me by my birth name, man.
So proud of you, man.
Let me hear it.
Can I bring it back to Luis Angel or just Luis?
I don't think I'm there yet. Luis is fine for now. We'll
I've just
dabble with
never in my
Lou.
entire life called you Luis before. It was Luis Angel for a long time. Then CT came around. But
Hey, man,
you want
what do you
you
want?
want you want Luis.
I want to go down one syllable from two, not go up to three.
Luis
This
Angel.
is just how I decided. Just feel it out, see how it goes.
Okay.
All right.
I respect your decision, Luis, and I will honor your wishes, Luis.
Thank you, Manuel.
Oh, okay. So we just Manny's good. Although I like my birth name.
All right.
CT. Let's start off with 2020 NFL season predictions. The schedule was released today. If you haven't been following such things, that's not it. Um, should have been more prepared for that. And I went through the schedules, and then I took the predictions and put them on the spreadsheet, which I realized later was a pointless task because I wasn't doing any calculations. It's just nice and organized. So I want to go over it with you, CT,
All right.
especially considering that your Buffalo Bills are highly thought of this season, are expected to do great things this season. So if we look at Bleacher Report here, they have the Bills at 10-6 with the best record in the AFC East.
Let's
Um,
go.
how do you feel about that? And ESPN, by the way, have them at 12-4, tied for the best record in all of football. How
You
are we feeling
know,
about this?
no, definitely not going 12-4. And Patriots, I mean, just because you're asking me about my division, where my team plays, not that I play for them, but they're
Okay.
my team. The Patriots are not going 6-10. The Jets will do better, but I still think that's an accurate prediction, 7-9. And I think the Dolphins are going to do better too. So I don't see the Bills going 12-4. 10-6 seems more realistic, but the Patriots are not going 6-10, man. No
Do you
way.
think they can go 9-7, as ESPN has predicted?
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
As far as my division goes, the NFC East, the Giants are predicted to go 6-10 in both Bleacher Report and ESPN. I think that's pretty accurate. Seems like they got a lot of protection in the front line now, and with Saquon Barkley's dynamic play and Daniel Jones another season under his, with one season under his belt, he might feel a little bit more comfortable. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw 8-8 season. That's kind of what I'm looking for. But at six
Yeah.
and ten, that seems like a pretty conservative, pretty accurate.
I'm gonna say 8-8. Also,
Eight
you
and eight for
can't.
the Giants.
You can only suck for so long, right? And the Giants at least
Wow.
drafted a quarterback last year. No, I mean that in a good way. Like they can't go. What was it last year? How many wins did they get last year?
I don't even know, man.
Ouch.
Let's do a little internet research here for the fans.
Very nice. That's some good graphics right there.
Yes, I did it myself. Just kidding. The Giants 4-12
Ooh.
last season.
So 6-10 would be an improvement, but I still think they'll do better than that.
I think so too. And so it looks like both sources have the Chiefs, the Bills, and the Ravens as teams to beat. And the Saints, actually. Of
You
those
know,
teams, which team are you most afraid of?
I would say the Chiefs because of Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
I gotta say, Manny, that this is a very hard spreadsheet to follow
Thank you.
because I don't
Thanks.
know how it's ordered.
So you have the AFC East, you have the Bills, and you have their record. Then you have AFC North, AFC South, AFC
Yeah, but
West.
I see how it's broken out in divisions, but you have teams with better records ranked lower than teams with worse records.
That's because I have it organized by division. But if you would like, I can give you one of these guys. I mean, does that do anything for you?
It was just hard to follow before. You know, this doesn't do much, but because now the divisions are all out of whack. But I get it.
Thanks. Thanks. You put the work in this podcast, and you don't get appreciated for it. That's the story.
It's just hard to follow.
Just happened here. All right. Enough of the NFL. Let's move on to our headlines.
Let's do it, man.
Let's do some headlines. Before I jump into the headlines, I just want to do a quick fact check. Earlier this week, I had mentioned that that only Kerry Wood and Roger Clemens had struck out 20 batters in 9 innings. I said that Randy Johnson and Tom Chaney had done it, but in more than 9 innings. That's false. Randy Johnson did it in 9 innings. Tom Chaney didn't, but Tom Chaney struck out 21 batters, which is I think the all-time record. So, my bad, Randy Johnson. You belong in that,
I believe I mentioned Randy Johnson's name in that episode where I was told I was incorrect, but I don't hold any grudges.
So that's what we're doing today, huh? We're just gonna back and forth here, huh?
Well, I mean, yesterday when I asked you that question about a former player that won a World Series with both the Yankees and another team, and then I said Babe Ruth wasn't one of them, you're like, how dare I not be prepared for a question I was asking? So I'm just saying, right back at you, man.
No, that's a great point. Bryce Harper was on the Starting Nine podcast, and he says that it's a travesty, quote, the lack of MLB players that participate in the Olympics. Here's the rest of the quote. Quote, you want to grow the game as much as possible, and you're not going to let us play in the Olympics because you don't want to lose out on money for 2 weeks? That's dumb. CT, what do you think? How do you feel about this? Do you think should MLB players participate in the Olympics?
I will always say yes because I feel like it's better when we can show that we as a country we could win in that competition. Like there's always something good about that to me. But I don't think it's as simple as like they don't want to lose money. How do we know that the team doesn't want a player to be under the supervision of a coach they didn't pick? Like how do we know that Max Scherzer's not going to go out there and try to pitch 9 innings, and then for the sake of the coach wanting him to do that, he lets him out there for 9 innings and then gets injured? Like, I think it's not as easy as just they don't want to lose, like, I don't know, viewership money or something. I would like them to play, but I think it's more complicated than them just not wanting to lose money for 2 weeks.
And you have competitions like the WBC in which Major League Baseball does allow their players to go out and participate. Some teams frown upon their players going, but some players go anyway. And we've seen horror stories come out of it, like Mark Teixeira getting injured. Was it the last WBC or 2 WBCs ago?
2.
So I like the WBC. I really enjoy it. I look forward to it every 4 years. As far as the Olympics, this is just me though. I never watch it, so I could care less, to be honest. The last time I watched the Olympics was when the Dream Team was around, and
But I think that's what Bryce Harper's saying. If they were allowed to compete in the Olympics, you would watch it. Like I would watch it, and I think he's trying to say like, if we'd watch it, other people would definitely watch it across the globe. Like the whole thing is put on TV. So I think it would help the sport in the long run.
So we should eliminate the WBC then.
Nah, man, keep it.
Because you're gonna have 2 exhibition tournaments every
keep all
4
of it,
years.
Man. Keep all of it.
All right. The CPBL allows fans in stadiums for the first time. Some rules that they have at the CBPL: when you enter the stadiums, your temperature's taken. You must sit at least 3 seats apart, and every other row is empty. There's no food allowed, and the concession stands remain closed. If we open stadiums in the USCT, would you go to a game this season?
I'm gonna say yes.
Yeah, okay. I don't think I would.
Super cautious though of like wearing a mask, PPE, like all that stuff. I'm not going there like eating a hot dog. I'm going there fully fed, not gonna drink a beer.
Yeah, no, I don't think I would go yet personally. But I don't, I wouldn't blame fans if they went and they were safe. and precautions were taken,
Mhm.
you know. Bartolo Colon writes in his book called Big Sexy, in his own words, that his nickname, the Big Sexy, came from Noah Syndergaard in 2015. Colon says, I don't think that I'm sexy, but if fans like the name, I like it too. Good for you, Colon.
Nice.
A-Rod and J-Lo pulled out of the Mets bidding because the Wilpons are unwilling to include SNY as part of the deal. The Wilpons are going to continue to fuck this up. They already lost the Cohen deal, which they would have made out like bandits, especially now. The team is worth probably half of what Cohen was offering. And now you're going to take away SNY from the deal. Why would anybody buy the Mets in that case? That's where the money is. It's in the channel. So I don't know if you have a take on this, CT, but
I mean, I think A-Rod owning a team would have been good for the sport, and I support him in everything he does, and that's all I gotta say, man.
per Adrian Wojnarowski, multiple teams have been given permission to test asymptomatic players where facilities are open for workouts. We're gonna run out of time, so I'm just gonna give you the @WT the show. Follow us and subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. The Last Dance episodes 7 and 8 are to air this Sunday at 9 p.m. The big takeaway from the trailer is that we see Michael Jordan wearing number 45. So I'm guessing we're going to see his time in baseball and his comeback to the NBA. Also, earlier this week, Steve Kerr was interviewed, and he talked about how he regrets the scuffle with Michael Jordan. So I'm guessing we're going to find out about the scuffle and the punch heard around the world. Apparently, Steve Kerr got a black eye from Michael Jordan, greatest of all time. Also, the last thing was the NFL schedule was released. We gave you the predictions at the top of the show, and that's all the headlines that I have. CT, what do you have? You have anything?
All I got is that we forgot to mention that Giannis Antetokounmpo's Twitter was hacked yesterday. He says, I was hacked and the situation is currently being investigated. The tweets and posts were extremely inappropriate, and I am so disappointed and disgusted that somebody would say the terrible things that were said. Apparently, there were racial slurs, things about other teammates, things about him having the coronavirus. It's just amazing how many people get hacked. I believe that he got hacked because I think he's a nice guy. I don't think he would say racial slurs or do racist things. But it's just amazing how many, these celebrities get hacked.
Yeah. Insanity. So that's it. That's it for today, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Again, don't forget to subscribe, like, and leave us comments.
Yeah, man.
Peace.
Peace out.